Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba. Good times never felt so good. So good, so good, so good. I'll be inclined, ba ba ba, to believe it never would. Hello, and today we're doing a match review of Watford 2, Reading 0. Get in. That is a crucial win. Another clean sheet. Another 3 points. And it's a 7th win in a row at the Vic. We are imperious at home. It is fantastic. And we're on 82 points after 41 games. Big. Just 10 points now. 10 points separates us from the Premier League. You love to see it. I mean, massive stuff. And it's great to bounce back from that draw versus Middlesbrough. Against Middlesbrough, we were a little bit underwhelming. Didn't really carry on the performance and didn't really have that intensity and tempo. But the swagger was back tonight. And the first half definitely showed that. Massive result. And man of the match is 100% Ismaila Sarr. What a player. Absolutely world class. Sarr class. Sarr quality instead of star quality. Sarr quality. Just brilliant. So go check in the description my review of the halftime. The first half, I'll put it there. But in this one, we're doing our second half review. And it really was a massive 3 points, you know. At the end of the day, it was a game we needed to win. Reading were fighting just like us for those points. And it was just a game we went into and we really did take it by the scruff of the neck. First half, we really just took our chances. And the difference was Reading didn't take theirs. They had a few presentable opportunities. But if it wasn't for good Watford defending, good, backman saves, and also a few shots that really should have gone in, then we really should have been behind. But we didn't, and we've kept another clean sheet. And it's 32 points for my captain, Ismaila Sarr, in Championship Fantasy Football. What a decision by me. You love to see it. And that absolute buzz that you get from a Watford win, don't even mind about Pedro Neto going off injured against Fulham. Obviously, it's not ideal for my fantasy team in Premier League terms, but Watford, who cares? We're going up. I say we are going up. 12 points is what separates us and Brentford. So we've got to keep on going. It's not done yet. We can't get ahead of ourselves, but also we've got to be so proud of ourselves. So let's start off that second half recap. And there was a second half substitution, Chalobah off for the midfielder Carlos Sanchez. And I've got to say, I think Sanchez has been a great buy. He's brought with us so much experience, so much know-how, and he's really streetwise. He just does things simply and does things effectively. And that really is crucial when you're trying to protect a lead and you're trying to calm it down. And he's really just done that at the minute. And he did, of course, get involved in a quite meaty challenge with one of the Reading players. But luckily, he was all right, recovered from it, kept on going strong. And yeah, really just calmed things down in the middle of that park. But you got to say, again, talking in midfield, another really controlling performance from Will Hughes. He's just such a leader. And obviously with Chalobah going off, he had to take the captain's armband. I've got to say, it suited him well. What an absolute wonderful player, and such a great member of this team and great leader in the pitch. And just his football at times is just mesmerising. The way he just drives past players, the way he just pivots past them and takes the ball in those little pockets of space and just really does connect us from defence to attack so seamlessly. But in terms of chances in that second half, there was, a little ball threaded through by Reading, and it was a dangerous one for Puskas. And Sarr does so well to kind of get his body across Puskas and stop Puskas from getting it past him and then shooting, but instead kind of getting involved in the challenge and kind of getting stuck in. So that was really good to see. I mean, Watford, we've just really pulled our socks up. The attitude in this promotion bid has been absolutely superb. We've just shown so much commitment and so much endeavour. We're desiring to be in the Premier League and we're fighting for the badge. And it's what you love to see. Gotta love it. The 4-3-3 formation has just absolutely changed our fortunes in attack. You know, it's funny because at Dynamo Stabili, you know, he didn't really do that, Shishko Munoz. It was more of a 4-4-2. But 4-3-3 has just suited us down to the ground. And going forward, we just look so much of a threat every time we break. And so many times tonight, we just had such promising, you know, interplay, such promising build-up and lovely flicks. And the amount of times you had that ball from Messina, the switch of play, the cross-field ball, and he's so good at that. Obviously, the only issue is that Sarr, you know, he's at times having to bail out William Troost-Ekong because Ekong is still struggling with his distribution, but he'll learn that with time. But ultimately, we're just looking so fluid in the system, and even when you know, the injury came to William Troost-Ekong, we bring on such an experienced head of Craig Cathcart and really just calms the situation down. And in that second half, we were just so controlled. We'd done the hard work in the first half, and really it was just a matter of seeing it over the line. And that's exactly what we did in the second half. And Sarr tonight, absolutely fantastic performance. He was just always hungry to win it back and, you know, get attack started by tackling really ferociously. And we lose the ball tonight a few times, I've got to say. But then we get stuck in and we win it back again. We're looking much more determined, much more hungry to get the ball back and actually correct our mistakes, which was a thing that we weren't doing under the previous management of Vladimir Ivic earlier on in the season. So it just shows how far we've come. And Sema and Sarr were the ones doing this, you know, trying to get stuck in, win the ball back. So there was a really great tackle from Adam Messina, and basically he started to make a lung-busting run forward, really good, and just the right idea, but not quite the right execution. So misplacing the pass, and then he's having to run back because he's kind of left a bit of a space for Reading to attack. And Elise is trying to basically, once again, slalom his way through. And then we just have safety in numbers. We get back at the right time, and it's a great tackle from Messina when he's tracking back to make up for the misplaced pass. So that's, you know, we're making up for our errors, and we're really showing the commitment to correct them. Such good pressing from Will Hughes. He's always looking to chase it down, win the ball back off them, and start an attack. And the amount of times that he would force Reading into misplaced passes because, you know, he's always hungry. He's always showing the determination and the effort to chase it down, which is just perfect. When we win the ball off them, we'll cause them mistakes and we'll score goals of our own. And, you know, the goal came, the second one, from a mistake from Reading, a misplaced pass. So that's, again, showing we're hungry. We're looking to always get some opportunities from Reading's mistakes, and that's so good to see. But there was a little moment where Hughes kind of pressed one of the Reading players in that second half, and he didn't actually know where he was, the Reading player, I don't think. He just played it back and got lucky, kind of thread it through to the goalkeeper, and nearly Joao Pedro was there to clean it up and to get there ahead of the goalie, but just about it was cleared away. It's got to be said, in the second half, opportunities were scarce, and it was, you know, the perfect kind of tempo to the game. We kind of were starting to calm it down a bit, and that was always going to favour us. And obviously, I mentioned Troost-Ekong just pulling up with a little slight, you know, problem, but it probably was minor. It's just we wanted to mitigate the risk. Really, we don't want to, you know, make something worse that's not something that big of a deal. So experienced Cathcart comes on for William Troost-Ekong, and hopefully he'll be fine for the next game. Just a small little knock there. So then a dangerous free kick giving away by Watford. And I say this every week, but once again, we do it a lot, giving away silly free kicks. And, you know, luckily there wasn't too many good opportunities for Reading to exploit that, because if there had been, then, you know, we might have conceded. But really dangerous. We know Elise, the quality he's got on the ball, and he played well tonight, Elise, but just not quite the same wavelength for some of his forwards tonight, and went for the free kick, but it was just too far out, I think, and too ambitious. Tried to get some power on it, didn't really do that, and it was a comfortable catch for Daniel Bachmann. But Bachmann, he's always making great saves, close range, especially that one at the end of the first half, but it's the defence that's protecting him, that's really causing him to have a really uneventful game, and that is perfect
for a team chasing promotion. You want that defence that gives the goalkeeper confidence. 71 minutes in and a really good chance for Philip Zinckernagel, but it's one of those weird chances that he kind of gets ahead of the ball and is pedalling back and doesn't really get in the right position to take on the chance. Really good ball in. I guess it was maybe a bit overhit from Adam Messina, but he just smashes it in after some good build-up again from Watford. Whips it and maybe just gets whiplash with the chance. But yeah, can't quite get the header right and it goes out for a goal kick. Just the tempo of the game started to slow in that second half, and that just suited Watford. You know, we were the ones stifling Reading, and we were the ones dictating the game, not in a particularly exciting way, but just not really giving Reading the ball and just playing it around the back. That was enough for us because we'd done all the hard work in the first half. So yeah, it was fairly comfortable in that second period. Now, this is a moment of controversy in the second half. Perhaps he's a lucky boy here, João Pedro, because he goes in with a challenge with Dwayne Holmes, and I don't know how you can see it, but I guess you'd have to ask him yourself if he meant this. It's just unfortunate because he's only trying to win the ball back, and then there's the follow through with the elbow. I think it's unfortunate. I personally don't think he meant it because he didn't look like he was trying to hurt him, and he, seemed to like not even realise it had happened. Maybe he did mean it. We'll never know, but maybe he does get away with it because if VAR was in there, might have given a red card. Who even knows? But the Sky Sports commentator seemed to be convinced. So then we bring on Success and Gray, which, is attacking from Xisco. He's not holding back. 2-0 up, and we bring on those two forwards. And Success, again, not great when he came on, but, he's doing all he can, and he got a silly booking for kicking the ball away. It's just classic Success, really. But Zinckernagel had a massive opportunity to make it safe, to kill it off, really, in true fashion. But it was one of those ones that was a bouncing ball, and he just bounced away of Zinckernagel after Success tried to, show the strength and get him off it. But it did come to Zinckernagel. He gets the chance, sets it up for himself well, but then the final shot, he leans back and really should just stroke it in. But yeah, the pressure got to him there, and it stayed at 2-0. Also another chance for the midfielder Carlos Sanchez, and he's not known for his shooting, but yeah, not a bad effort. 81 minutes and curls it wide. We're having more of the possession here, and we're having more of the ball, and actually we were creating more of it and having more of the ball in Reading's half once Andre Gray came on. So it's good to see Gray making a positive impact, even if slight details weren't quite on it. That chance at the end where he can slip it through, and he just kind of takes the extra touch and is closed down. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but still promising signs, and certainly Gray has been in better form recently, even if he has had a real disjointed Watford career. And talking of disjointed, that was the pattern of the game, and as I said, that really did suit Watford. The stop-startiness of it allowed us to control it, calm it down, and stop Reading from trying to build momentum to get back into the game. And in a way, I suppose, the stop-starting nature of the Middlesbrough game, when it was 1-1, was more frustrating because obviously we're not having the advantage in the game. But we did enough work before to put us in a good position to allow it to be a disjointed game, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, there was a chance for Richards, the substitute. Can I just say, Richards, you got to sort your trim out, mate. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, he volleys it over, completely mishits it. And then 85th minute, it just took ages, absolutely ages, for the ball to come down from the bouncing deflection. But eventually it did, and Sarr hits it very strongly on the first time shot. But it does deflect agonisingly, spinning just wide of that post, denying Sarr of the hat-trick goal. And of course, getting the goal in the first half, but it was offside to get the hat-trick. So yeah, it really was a great performance from Sarr. So determined, so fast, and so, authoritative today, Sarr. He really just looked like he was passionate and ultimately quality in the final third. Precision and pure power. Just so accurate. And I think Reading, they probably lost it in the first half, to be honest. The game was kind of starting to peter out, and it was because of the battles that we'd won in that first period. And ultimately, Reading lost it with those mistakes they made, and then the Watford clinical nature to their play. And Reading probably lost it again with their wasteful chances, their chance that should have gone in from Puskas to get them back in it with a lifeline before half-time. He hits the post and, a few other chances wasted for the Royals. So, yeah, it just wasn't their night, and we were much more clinical, and that's ultimately what's going to get you wins. So it's so encouraging to see that. We're taking games as we get them, just focus on ourselves, keep winning, and the Premier League could be a real reality. And to end the game, a really good save from Daniel Backman. It's another great night for him. Clean sheet, good all-round work from the defence today, and Backman really sharp, getting down to his left-hand side. And he has to really focus on this one and stretch and just lie down as he does it. But it's a really strong shot from the substitute Aluko. And it just is one of those ones, he's got to see it quickly. Even if it does come at him, he's got to react, and he really did get his body behind it. So, fantastic game from Watford today, and Matey, just at the end there, couldn't latch on to that really hard-hit shot across the ball from the Reading player. So, what a way to end this little run of games, and we still want to carry on this winning run. Obviously, we did get stopped at our 6 wins in a row by Middlesbrough, but we're back to winning ways, and can't think of a better way to set up the weekend. Fantastic performance, Watford. Second half, obviously, we calmed it down a bit, but that was definitely the right way to go, because end of that first half, Reading really did put the pressure on, and we thought, this might be quite hard to stop them from getting back into it. So we really did well to weather the storm and just see it out in a really professional manner. First half, high tempo, high swagger, clinical goals, really nice Watford football. Second half, bit more professional, bit less spectacular, but a Watford win. Sweet Caroline, it's what you love to see. Come on, you horns!